my channel. This is my mommy's post. On this channel I share everything motherhood. So today's video I'm going to discuss how I got my toddler to sleep train. So let's get started. So I know this is such a controversial topic because it is so unique to the baby and to the parents, and the sleeping schedule and the sleeping style that the parents choose for their babies. However, the transition into toddlerhood is not easy, and I know that amongst a lot of transitions that's going to happen, one of them is sleep training your baby. So in our scenario, I had to transition my baby into his own room where he sleeps in his own bed, and he is sleeping there through the night. So after we stopped breastfeeding, which was about late January, I was able to get him to sleep through the night. So when we transitioned off the breast, and he was able to sleep through the night, and I will link that video on how I stopped breastfeeding my baby. So I'll link that up right now. So obviously after that transition, it was time for us to transition him into his own bedroom, and that was not an easy transition. He was pretty much for 13 months of his life, he was used to sleeping in our bedroom. He was used to us co-sleeping, and so taking him into his own bedroom was quite the challenge. I did wait for him to be about 18 months until I was able to transition him. So I first started to transition him into his bedroom. So he's always had his bedroom set up the way it is right now, where he has his own bed, he has his own space, he sleeps in his own bedroom. His bedroom is down the hall from me, so it's not far. And like I mentioned, he was, for the first 13 months of his life, he was so used to sleeping in our bedroom. One of the many ways that I have started the transition into his bedroom was spend a little more time in his bedroom. So before, we were just, in his bedroom. I would change his diapers, I would change his clothes, and that was pretty much it. We'd take a bath, because he has his own bathroom in his bedroom. Outside of that, he really didn't spend much time in there. So I set up where he has his toys up there, and he would take his naps there. And so that was part of the beginning stages of the transition. So spend more time in the bedroom, and so that the baby was more familiar with the space, he was more comfortable with the space, and he knew that it was a safe space. Because for some reason, I know this happened to my baby, every time we were in a strange place or a new place, he had to kind of understand his surroundings before he was able to become comfortable. So I always joke and say this is almost like his survival instincts kick in naturally, where he is not as comfortable as he is within his safe spaces. So whenever he's in a new or strange place, he always has his guard up, and it takes him a little time for him to get used to that space. So like I said, I would spend more time with him in his room. We would play, we would read, we would just have, just more bonding time in his bedroom. And so that was one of the ways that I was able to start the transition. And then we obviously had his naps in there so that he would get used to his sleeping in his bedroom. So the crib that I had originally purchased, it was a 4-in-1 transitional piece. So if you know anything about me, I love pieces that transition with the baby, that grows with the baby, so that it is one and done, so you're not spending money on multiple purchases and then you have nowhere to store it, or you have to give it away, or whatever the case is. So in my scenario, I always look for pieces that are transitional. So the crib that I originally purchased was a 4-in-1, and that crib transitioned into toddlerhood and beyond. And so all I did was just take off the front piece of the crib, and you can just take that off, and so then it keeps an open space, and then he can just crawl in and crawl out of the bed as he pleases. It does come with a bar that you have to purchase separately. I just never did, because I did not think that he needed it because I was just confident enough that he wasn't going to fall off the bed. That was just my personal choice, but you also do have that option to do so. It's like a barrier that helps the toddlers transition into their crib, and so that they are not falling off. So that was like the first step that I did. The second step that I did was, so this was a suggestion from my husband. He said that we should buy him a bed set that that has a character on there that he actually enjoys. And so we went out to Target and we found a Paw Patrol bed set, which he is obsessed with. If you have any boys or girls who are obsessed with Paw Patrol, you understand what I'm saying. So we purchased it. I was so happy that we found a Paw Patrol set for him. We came home, we put it on his bed. He was so excited to see Paw Patrol on his bed. The pillowcase did come with two sides. So the one side was the red and the other side had blue and the different characters on them. And so in order for us to transition him into his bed, my husband did suggest that we play that which side do you want to sleep on, so that he chooses it and he's comfortable, and then he lays his head to bed knowing that this is the side that he wants to sleep on. So around that, you just go ahead and create a routine. And so we were taking a bath every night and getting ready together, and we were reading books at this point, and then we would tell him, okay, it's Paw Patrol time, and then he would choose which side he wanted to sleep on, and then that was the side that he slept on, and he would fall asleep. It was rocky the first couple weeks because he would wake up around like 12 o'clock or midnight, around 1 o'clock, and he would run to our room. I kept the doors open. I did not have a night light. I just left his bathroom door light open, and I did a little crack so that there's a little light that comes in. And it's further away from his bed. I didn't want the light to stimulate him with the night light, so I just kind of lit just a little light. But like I said, I left both of our doors open so that whenever he woke up in the middle of the night, he would just run to us and he would finish sleeping in our bed. And that was mostly because I was tired, my husband was tired, so we just let him sleep in our bed. And so that happened for a couple of weeks, and then eventually he started to truly transition into his bed. So he would spend more times upstairs in his room playing. We created a reading nook for him, in which he adores, and he is now sleeping longer in his bed. And then it transitioned into he's sleeping a little longer, and then it went all the way into he's sleeping through the night. He'll come around 7 o'clock a.m. and he'll run into our room and he'll wake us up. So I think it is so cute. I do want to share that the first couple weeks was hard on us too, because we were so used to cuddling with him. And I remember telling my husband I miss him in our bed, because he is just like a little cuddle bear, and we just got used to him. But I think overall it was a good transition for everybody, because we got to sleep in through the night and having our space. I think that was the one thing, not having his legs in our back or his head in our back, and we were just up all night, just tossing and turning, trying to shift him, because sometimes, I don't know, for some reason toddlers like to sleep horizontally, and that's just the way they like to sleep. I don't know why. It was good for all of us to kind of just transition into this restful sleep through the night. He has his space, we have our space, and like I said, the doors are still open, so whenever he wants to come in, he'll just run through the doors and come right into our bedroom. I do not keep a light on any longer. I do not have a night light. I just like it. He just has his window and then the natural moonlight that comes in, but that's about it. And I think that helps with the calming him down, with the least amount of stimulation as possible, and just helping him transition into his bedroom, into his bed. He really enjoys it now. Now when I go, okay, Noah, it's bedtime, and then he'll just run towards the stairs, and so that I can carry him up the stairs. And he's just excited. He knows exactly what time it is. His dad would say, okay, it's Paw Patrol time, and then he'll just know exactly what we're saying. So I think it was fun for all of us. It was a transition for all of us, but so far he has been doing pretty good. He is just sleeping in his bed. He's excited to be in his bedroom, to be in his bed, and he's just comfortable. So now he is more comfortable in his space. He's familiar with his space. He feels that he is, safe in the space, and so that he's able to spend the time in his bedroom and sleep through the night. So far it has been good. So these are my tips and tricks on how to get your toddler to sleep through the nights. These tricks worked for me, they worked for my baby, and it helped us transition into toddlerhood. I am also excited for our other transitions to come. We are on the verge of starting potty training, so I will update you guys once we've completed that transition. All right, and that's it. I will see you guys back.